Hello, everybody. We've got 18 people in the chat. There was 40 people-ish signed up. Yeah, I thought you could hear me clicking. Yeah. I think we're good. You can hear me fine? Or need to sit a bit closer? Move the mic closer? Cool. Right, I am just fresh off the Outplay Global Game Jam site. It finished like 5 minutes ago, so right back on it. Yep, we're all here. Have some good fun. I'm going to jump right into the keynote. Or, no, I'm not, because I'll let a few other people join. Say, around 40 people have signed up to the Jam site. Yeah. Is there anybody here from that Jam as well? Have they crossed over? Anyone else doing two as well? This is not going to be anywhere near as slick as it was last year. I'm not as well prepared. I've not streamed in months. I'm surprised that this is working at all, really. Okay, 19 people. We're doing good. All excited. Sorry, I'm just building up the suspense here. Okay, yeah, we'll go. I'm going to turn that music off, though. Please say I turned off the right music there. If someone can confirm I turned off the music and not my actual audio, that'd be great. Cool. So yeah, welcome to the Global Game Jam 2022, the Dundee site. Cool, we can hear us. There's the hashtags we're going to use. No chill hop anymore. No, I couldn't see what the actual level was. I'll turn it on after. I'll be your host. I'm Ali Low. Most of you have met me already. I run Low Tech Games. Here you can find me online or on Discord. This is what we're going to be doing this weekend. This is the kind of breakdown of random scheduled things along the thing. So we've got the opening hours now. Then we're going to do some brainstorming and some kind of video chats and forming teams. Then tomorrow it's good to have like a lunchtime kind of get together, catch up, see what people are up to, and then maybe do a sharing around 6 tomorrow, 5, 6, and then the same on Sunday. And yeah, make sure you've got your games like uploaded by a reasonable time on Sunday. So for the Jam first time noobs out there, here's some tips. This is basically the same as last time, so I'm sorry, I'll try to rush through it. Yeah, make a game inspired by the theme. Yeah, the theme's thing made at the end of this. Try not to be too obvious with your ideas, otherwise you might end up making the same game as someone else. It's always going to be a bit different, but at the Outplay one there was definitely a theme as well. Hi noob, Cal. You'll do good, you'll do good. Manage your expectations. Yeah, sometimes you just don't do well in a jam, and that's okay. And you're not going to make something like Skyrim or like Breath of the Wild. You might make something like Surgery Simulator, because that was made, well, the initial one was made during Global Game Jam. Focus on a simple mechanic, work around that's fun, and then polish on Sunday is basically my way of thinking. Or you could just say that you're going to do stuff in a patch later. So how it's going to work? We're going to do it all online this time again. This is the second time we've done this, so hopefully it should run pretty smooth and learn some things from that previous one Outplay as well. Ludum Dare does it online as well, so yeah, we're good. I should have removed that. So we're mainly on Discord. We've got some general channels, some team-specific channels. So yeah, try to do most of your like design thinking and chatting in the actual channels that we set up on Discord, because it's really cool for other people to dip in and out and see what people are working on and how they're getting to their thought process. And it's a good like mental log of what you've done as well, and you can always look back through stuff. Feel free to chill in the chat teams. At the Outplay Jam, people were doing that all the time. It was really cool just to see teams just hanging out and chatting. We'll also have a kind of breakout room and just some general chat as well. And yeah, do feel free to jump into other people's rooms, but be mindful of their time, and don't make a nuisance of yourself. Just pop in and say, "Oh, hello, how's it going? How's that bit going? Are you doing all right with this?" That kind of stuff. Yeah, you probably want to use GitHub or something like that, some kind of source control. If you've got coders in your team that know how to do this, they can help you set it up. If you don't, ask in the help channels, and someone could try to help you up. Say there's no real USB sticks at this jam because we're not all sitting in the same room. Yeah. And wait a minute, I don't recommend this anymore. The newest version of Unity I think is okay now. Try not to work in the same Unity scene at the same time. Make a copy and then just have one person responsible for bringing all this stuff in at the end. Manage the tasks on Trello, or set up a Miro board or something. That's what we did as a kind of virtual whiteboard. And the theme is at the end of this 18-minute video. Let's hope this plays well. And I'm going to swap over so you can't hear me anymore.
Hey Global Game Jam, I'm Will Goldstone from Unity, and I've been with Unity for a long time. Since 2011. That's maybe too long. Anyway, many things have changed in the games industry since then, but one thing that doesn't change, that's really, really cool, that I love, is that every year there's even more games to play made by many creators just like yourselves. At Unity we believe the world is a better place with more creators in it, and the Global Game Jam offers creativity in its purest form. It's a time and a place where people can come together and make something real. New creators can learn to make their very first game, and experienced folks like many of you can learn a new skill or simply try out an idea that you haven't had time for before. If you choose Unity for your project, aside from our incredible community of people there to back you up, there's also our Discord server, where we have a dedicated channel full of resources to help you along with Global Game Jam. So enough waffle from me, go and make something that you love, because that's all that really matters.
Yo, how are we declaring team names so channels can be set up? Message at Lmax.
Hi, I'm Kate Edwards. I'm the Executive Director of the Global Game Jam. And whether you're new to the Global Game Jam or you're a veteran of the event, I would like to welcome you aboard to Global Game Jam 2022. You know, it's been another year of ups and downs and starts and stops, but our collective passion for games and game creation has persisted because here we are once again ready to take part in the world's largest game creation event. And so, you know, every event has faced challenges during the pandemic. The Global Game Jam is certainly not alone in that. Like many other events, we've had to learn how to pivot and keep evolving and how we organize and how we deliver the event. But, you know, I'm frankly just super excited that we're here and that we're still able to do this in whatever format you happen to be in. You know, the Global Game Jam's mission is to empower individuals worldwide to learn, experiment, and create together through the medium of games. And to that end, I would love to thank and appreciate all of our sponsors who generously support this mission. And obviously a huge thank you to our amazing volunteers whose talent makes Global Game Jam possible. The executive committee, the regional organizers, the site organizers, the streamers, everybody who lends a hand to help out, no matter if you're in a live site, a virtual site, a hybrid site, any of you who have volunteered any time whatsoever, thank you so much, because truly this wouldn't happen without you. And I think what's great about it is it represents the biggest power of Global Game Jam, which is about you, the community. So we are so glad that you're joining us. Whether you're at a live site or virtual or hybrid, whatever the format you're doing this year, thank you so much for choosing to be a part of this community. And thank you for supporting each other as we all hope for better times in 2023 and beyond. So I ask you to stay vigilant, stay safe. We hope you have a fantastic Global Game Jam, and we cannot wait to see the amazing games you're going to create this year. Thank you.
Hello, brave game jammer. I'm Tanya X Short, the captain of Kitfox Games. And I love jams because we can make whatever we want, right? We don't have to do market research. I don't have to pitch anybody, well, other than my collaborators. I don't have to have a budget. It's just me and these people I love working with, and we make whatever is exciting to us. You get into the flow of creative collaboration, and that's probably the best feeling when it works. So here it goes. My advice, solid advice, my tricks to winning the game jam in your heart. One, know what your goal is. Are you learning something new? Are you innovating? Are you making something really polished? Decide very explicitly before you start what kind of thing you want to do, like why you're doing this. And talk about it with your team if you have one. You know, sometimes I see myself as a brave warrior or a cutting-edge scientist or an insightful artist. And really, you're all of those things when you're game jamming, because you're doing something really brave. You're making something new, and you're putting yourself out there, and you're doing it semi-publicly if you're with Global Game Jam. So good job on that. I highly, highly recommend that you follow the patented Tanya X Short Game Jam timeline. That I've used for many, many years, and it's very, very helpful, which helps with scope without doing too much, you know, project management details. On day one, you and your team solidify what are you making, and you get the project and the version control all set up, and then, you know, if you can, the stretch goal for the first day is to get that first little interaction working. Day two, you make the game playable from start to finish in a basic way. On day three, it's much easier to just have polish and bug fixing and maybe adding a little more content here and there, start menu, credits, sound effects, particle effects, you know, that sort of thing. Oh, one more thing. I do find that I do my best work when I've slept well and I've eaten well. But I'm not going to judge you if you decide not to. I mean, each person has their own preferred workflow. Just please make sure you're not a jerk to your teammates or your loved ones, your family. As a result, you know, if you're taking it out on them, is not cool. So, and keep in mind, if you overwork, you might feel resentful that other people don't overwork. So maybe it's just easiest to like take it easy, get a lot of sleep, do your best work, but you know, you're gonna do what you do. The important thing is that I believe in you. I really do. I don't know you probably, but I'm always inspired seeing what people make for every game jam, but especially Global Game Jam. I love that it's across the world, and I love that everybody has their own experiences and their own inspirations. I hope you're proud of what you make, and that this act of creation teaches you something new about yourself. Look inside yourself and ask what you have to say. It's a new year, for better or worse, and it's a new jam, and we have a new opportunity to be joyful. So, good luck.
Hi, I'm Chase Bethia. I'm a professional freelance composer, technical audio designer for video games, and it's an honor to welcome you to the 2022 Global Game Jam. You may not realize it right now, but the jam you're about to take part in is about to change your life in some kind of good way, even if you're a returning jammer. You don't have time to build the perfect game, but you do have time to experiment and test a lot. The game will tell you what it likes and what it doesn't. It has a pulse, a flow, a feel, rhythm. Game Jams is not about crunch. It's about learning your limits. Yes, you have a brief amount of time to make something, but you only put the pressure you have upon yourself. You should be entering the jam with the goal of making a fun experience with friends in hopes other friends will enjoy. It's okay to be competitive, but there is a line. This isn't the time to learn about how to burn out, but to practice pacing, strengthen communication and critical listening skills, and quality assurance with assets for context. This is where you learn so many things. If you're thinking about making game development a career, you can take this opportunity to see what goes into making one. At the end of the jam, you'll be able to assess if you wish to pursue it or have it be a hobby. Game jams should be perceived to build the best starting point. Create to play. And if you get more done or even finish the game your team set out to make, then that's icing on the cake. Game jams make opportunities. Over the years, we've seen so many successful game titles that were born from Global Game Jam, such as Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, and How to Do It, and more. Some games have spawned successful gaming studios. Those studios have created jobs for people that want to get their start in the gaming industry, earn a living, build a career, and do what they love to do, make games. I owe most of my career to game jams. If it wasn't for these, I would have struggled a lot more to get a portfolio started and even get work in the industry. I still game jam to this day because it's the best way to tap into my childhood creativity. Remember, to keep the fun alive, keep your mind open and ideas will flow naturally. Lose yourself in the jam. Be kind, stay hydrated and rested. Make stuff. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to get started. And once it does, it'll have a pulse, a rhythm, and a flow. And off you go. Have a great jam session.
Hi everyone, my name is Elaine Gomez. I am a game designer at Brass Lion Entertainment, which is a studio focused on creating worlds that center on Black, Brown, and other marginalized characters, cultures, and stories. I'm also proud to be one of the 6 co-founders of Latinx in Gaming and give developer-related support to the organization's many activations. I really wanted to share my short message with you all without reading my notes, but I don't want to screw it up, so please pardon me as I read along. I've had the privilege to be able to build my career around things that I stand up for and I'm passionate about. I'm so honored to have a few minutes to share a short message with you, and I want to thank Tim Collins and the Global Game Jam team for giving me this opportunity. I thought quite long and hard about what to share. There are so many things to touch on, like not overscoping, not forgetting to eat and staying hydrated, stepping away from the computer and getting moving, or not burning yourself out and taking care of your mental health. But instead of telling you things you shouldn't do, I wanted to focus on something I think you should do, and that is to grow. Challenging yourself in a way to make this Global Game Jam an experience to look back on and to be proud of something that you were able to accomplish that you normally wouldn't be able to do. Growing can take many forms, and it is especially does not mean perfection. If you take on something that you've always wanted to learn or wanted to do, and it's your first time doing it, cut yourself some slack. Give yourself some grace. There is room for failure because failing is not a bad thing. Your art may not be beautiful, your scripting may not be clean, your designs may not be super polished, but it's functional, and that is something to be excited about. This is one of the things that I love about designing in game jams. You have limitations, and finding ways to use them to your advantage can really make for interesting problem solving. And growing doesn't just apply to development, it also applies to social skills. It can be uncomfortable to work with people you don't know, and working on a team with several people when you're used to working on your own. Find something that works for you and that is best for you, but use the internet to your advantage to make communication easier. I encourage y'all to create something you've never made before, something out of your comfort zone. If it's a new genre, a type of mechanic that you normally wouldn't, type of story that you have not been able to tell, go for it. Maybe you'll be surprised to find something new to enjoy about making games. What I'm saying may sound like cliche, happy-go-lucky message, but the reality is that growing is difficult. It's not comfortable. You will get frustrated, and sometimes the thing that you're trying to make is just not going to work for the time that you have. If you catch yourself spending too much time on something, take a step back, regroup, and find an alternative that will work for you and your team. Good luck, have fun, and enjoy this year's Global Game Jam. Bye!
So there we have it. Oh, where did we go next? There we go. So the theme is duality. I think it's quite a good one. You can take it in a few different ways. So thanks for watching this presentation. We are going to go over to Discord now. Have we got anything after this? Yeah, go make some cool stuff. But no, we're going to go over to Discord. Is that the right one? You can still see this, yeah. Grab a team room on the side. Just kind of say, claimed this for us, whatever, and then we'll rename it. If you've got any issues, just look for people with the admin privilege on Discord. And yeah, so anybody that's not got a team or just wants to have a chat or whatever, we'll jump over to the general channel of Discord now. And yeah, hope everybody has a good jam. So we'll see you over there. Not much else to say. Get going. Thanks. Bye.